everybody, my name is Toni Vanschoyck and I am a multiple seven-figure income earner in network marketing. The reason why I'm coming to you today is not just being a professional in network marketing, it's also about sharing, with people and helping them uncover their passion and uncover their why, which I firmly feel that everyone on this earth was put here for a very special reason. You have a special talent, you have a special something that you love, something that you're passionate about. And whether it's on the creative side or the teaching side or anything like that, we all deserve to, do what we love, make money, and bask in the glory of that. So the first thing is I want to tell you a little bit about my journey. I have worked very, very hard since I've been 16 years old. My dad actually rose through the corporate ladder. He worked for some very big companies, huge companies actually, and was the top of the white collar industry. And he loved what he did, and I definitely think I got my work ethic from him. My mom was also a very hard worker. She was actually an entrepreneur. She worked in retail for a while, but she was an entrepreneur. And, I just saw she worked hard, and, it was her and the other business owner. They were primarily responsible for a business, and it did well for a long time. The thing about it is that entrepreneurism is the true calling of why the United States was built on its foundation. Not corporations, not big companies. It's the small business owner, but now we just do it better. We do it better with the U economy, which means, if you're 1099 or scheduled seed, you look at Airbnb, you look at Uber, just to name a few that have really changed the face of our economy. Netflix is another one. I was just reading a great article about Netflix today, but the thing about it is that this is the time for you. And truly, what happens in the industry of network marketing is that network marketing is a franchise in disguise. And you have all of the systems already set for you to go, for you to do what you want, earn what you want. And I just say that you have to have passion for the product or the product and the company that you're representing. So the thing about it is that don't get into it for sales. Get into it to truly serve and help other people. I think this is why I love the restaurant industry so much, is because for me, it was about helping people, hungry people coming in, thirsty people coming in. We're helping them, in that aspect. And it was very social. And, I think sometimes I'm afraid to be alone because I have nobody to talk to. But that's a gift for me. It's a gift of gab. I was never afraid of public speaking. That's the number one fear. I think there's a lot of stigma around that too as well. So people are afraid that they're going to be ridiculed or made fun of. But if you're not out there expressing and articulating your ideas, how are you going to know? Anyways, back to, my beginning. I stayed actually in the restaurant business until I was in my 30s, believe it or not. I bartended, waited tables, paid the bills, got through college. I was very grateful because my dad did pay for my education. I know without each stepping stone, I would not be here where I am today. I think, the one thing is that when I graduated from college, it gave me the platform to go into the corporate side of restaurant management. It sparked me on my career path. I started to have children, and that crazy corporate restaurant management gig did not work with my schedule, and having newborns and, being a new mom, it actually it sucked. I'm going to be honest with you. Even though I love the business, couldn't do it anymore. So I stayed home. I actually started watching a few kids in my house to make some money, had a lawn service, and the lawn service did well. The problem is that, living up in the northern Midwest, you only got certain, months out of the year that you could do that. Then where's your other income coming for, 4, 5, 6 months out of the year? So we started doing snow removal, but then again, you're a slave to Mother Nature. And that's when I started my journey in network marketing, was to supplement that income because it was feast or famine. Throughout that journey, and I had always been the naysayer, oh, nobody makes money at those, oh, it's a pyramid scheme, oh, there's only a few at the top and you have to solicit all your friends and family, because I didn't know what I didn't know. When I went and I got educated about what network marketing could truly do for, people, because I had always been service oriented. I call it servant leadership. where you really put other people's feelings and needs first, and yours are second. So it's no different. I think of my role a lot in our network marketing business is that I'm the mama bird, sometimes grandma. But the thing about it is that, I've accumulated 20 years of experience almost being with the multiple different companies that I've been with. But I'm a stick with it kind of gal. So let me back up a little bit. When I had the lawn service, that was a previous marriage. When we got divorced, that business kind of went away. And I had to basically start all over again. So I did that. I, really took my network marketing career to heart, started working on it. I didn't know when I first started so many years ago that you really had to truly serve other people. You had to be a servant leader, and that their needs and their priorities and their why was first, way before mine, because I was a very negative person. I was a very selfish person. I was, even though I was willing to help other people, it truly was about making the money. And the one thing is that it's great about this industry, but at the end of the day, the money will only serve you so far. If you can't help people fulfill their other needs and their needs, the money either flatlines or it goes backwards or it disappears. So when you truly put other people's needs first, that's what makes the difference. So network marketing, you can't make money without helping other people, bottom line. The other thing is that as I got more into personal and professional development, I started going to more seminars, I started reading a lot more. And you know what, really, my first exposure was The Secret. You know that movie where they interviewed a lot of very wealthy, very successful people? Do you know that most of those people, just like the success stories you see today, Steve Jobs, rest in peace, Richard Branson, Elon Musk, the list goes on, but you see where I'm getting here, is that these people went through massive amounts of failure, and some of them had, they were tormented in their childhood. You look at Oprah Winfrey. She is just one person that has risen above all of the challenges that she had from the time that she was a little girl all the way up until she was, I believe, in her 30s. But the thing is that she persevered. And perseverance truly does, no matter what you do, if you have a message to deliver, you have to have tenacity and perseverance. So throughout the course of my life, here we are now. Started with another new company, not my first rodeo with new companies. This is actually my third. So I had experience. I knew what to expect. I just knew in my gut. You know how you get that gut feeling, that intuition, that omniscient feeling, that without a doubt, that you know. Think about when you met your life partner. You knew right away, right? So the company that I am with now was a dare to be great situation. It was, and what we have termed it as the next global company of our generation. Absolutely. But I would not be able to be here today without every single past experience that I've had. And, even though that sometimes have been really, really tough, I'd never change anything because it led me to where I am here now in this moment, in this very second of this day, that I am able to share with you just a lot of our failures, a lot of our successes, and what's to come. So here's my question to you. What is it going to take to make you go and get outside of your comfort zone? What is it going to take to make you to do something that's grand, not mediocre? And again, do something that you truly want to do, that you know that you are destined to do, because we all have it inside of us. Sometimes little kids know right away. My 10-year-old daughter, she's known since she's been 3 years old what she's wanted to do. My 18-year-old, not so much. So they're completely a different dynamic. And the thing about it is that so many people get caught up in society's rules where you got to get good grades in school. You got to go to college. You got to get the JOB. You got to work the 40 years. That's no longer reality. And as a matter of fact, There's been articles all over and interviews with top people in Fortune 500 companies. College education, they don't even look for anymore. They look for people that are creative, that will think outside of the box. And that is how our future is going to roll out. So what are you doing to think outside of the box? Don't think about what you've been told since birth, okay? It doesn't matter. The doors are open. Whatever you feel drawn to, and it should never harm anybody else. You should always, I always say, I treat people how I expect to be treated, but if I have people that treat me badly, they're not allowed to be in my circle anymore, okay? But the thing about it is that you were put on this earth to do something grand. So what is it? Is it to travel? Is it to teach somebody about something that you love? Is it for you to, apprentice with someone? Or maybe your calling is to be a doctor or a lawyer or a CPA. You do need an education for that. But there are so many other ways, and technology has completely shifted where we can learn hands-on. We can learn so many things from technology alone. But guys, we cannot be successful without the experience of the human touch. We just can't do it. We have to still be able to communicate face to face. We still have to be able to pick up the phone and have a conversation. Text, email, social media is a tool. And that is the one thing that we have to realize, that we still have to be able to communicate face to face. So, the thing about it is that launching this platform now that we're doing is speaking, coaching, motivating, inspiration. And, I want to talk about this too, is that I want to talk about the biggest challenge that I see whenever I meet someone. I don't care if, they're looking at, our network marketing business, if they're looking at to hire me as a speaker or a coach or whatever the case may be, or me and Jay or the whole family. The number one thing that people struggle with, and this kind of goes in a bubble, there's three things: self-confidence, self-love, and high self-esteem. And they go together hand in hand. And that is the number one thing that I see people struggle with. More women than men, but still a lot of men get trapped into what they think they should be doing. You don't live vicariously through your parents' eyes or an adult's eyes. It's your life. So you know what? If you're looking at this and you're 20 years old, or you're 50 years old, or you're 70 years old, and you always knew that you were supposed to do something, start today. Start now. Do it now.